Hello, everybody. This is Izzy here coming to you with my review for Ma. I just finished watching Ma a couple hours ago, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the review. This film stars Octavia Spencer, Juliette Lewis, and Luke Evans in a film that essentially tells the story of this character who is Octavia Spencer's character, Ma, if you will, is very outgoing, bubbly, has a very charming, kind-hearted personality, and as very made well aware in the trailers, you notice that there's something very sinister and off about her mentally. The film starts off as very kind of standard. You're not necessarily sure where it's going to go as far as the direction is concerned. Obviously, you know there's more film to be seen, but it starts off. I don't want to make it seem like this is a negative review because it really isn't. It starts off with the very promising beginning where you're not exactly sure what's going to happen before it veers off into your typical standard formulaic revenge film. With that said, I thought Octavia Spencer comes off as most people who have watched her in certain films. She's typically played the role of the kind-hearted, inspirational, somewhat blunt and tough as nails character who is very likable as far as her character is concerned. In this film, obviously, at first she starts off as that character that we know her as before she starts manifesting more sinister antagonistic motivations. She is very palpable in this film. She is terrifying. Once she begins to exhibit those sinister manifestations, you find yourself being more terrified of her just because she plays this role with remarkable and amazing ease that for her to be kind-hearted and excited to downright chilling at the drop of a hat is a testament to her talent, in my opinion. One of the issues that I have with this film is that when it comes to certain horror films, if you will, there's always a character or characters who have this protagonistic view of coming off as likable. And as of late, with certain horror films, we find ourselves siding with the antagonists and sympathize with their methods rather than sympathizing with those who are actually suffering from the atrocities that are being committed upon them. That's what has transpired in this film. Without getting into any type of detailed spoilers, I felt more sympathetic to Ma than anything else compared to the teenagers that had essentially come across her way looking for a place to party, get drunk, get high, and have sex. And I guess from my perspective, you find yourself looking at them and seeing, man, they're just kind of using her to a degree. However, the way she becomes obsessed with them is creepy in and of itself. So that's why I guess I could kind of see both sides of the argument should that particular discussion arise at some point. But overall, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a very fun, exciting, and even though it's predictable and standard as the film goes along in terms of showcasing this story, there's really nothing wrong with having a film that doesn't take itself too seriously. Because I will say this film does essentially display a lot of humor. There is a lot of cathartic and situational humor that comes with the film, rather than it relying more on cheap thrills and blood and guts and jump scares a lot of horror films in the past tended to rely on a lot of jump scares and blood and guts and loud noises in order to get people to jump, whereas this is just full on. Starts off innocent enough, then before you know it, it goes by very quickly. I mean, this film is not very long at all. It's not very long, and the story is very fast paced. So you sit there. I don't want to say a filler horror film, but I guess maybe that's the best way to put it. It's a film that you watch where you want to kill a couple of hours and still be entertained, regardless of however you feel about it. And that's how I looked at it. And it was still fun. I thought it was exciting. I thought it was suspenseful. This is really Octavia Spencer's film, if you will. She chews the scenery with just beautiful ease, and she's just so captivating and palpable that you cannot take your eyes off her, because slowly but surely, as her obsession with these kids continues to grow, you see that she's becoming more and more and more dangerous. But at the same time, as I said, you find yourself sympathizing with her without getting without getting into any type of detailed spoilers, it veers into, and I'm gonna say this, it just veers into revenge film, and that's the best way I could put it. It's dark, it's violent, it's definitely funny. It's definitely funny in some certain scenes of the film. Once it gets towards the climax, you find that's where it starts to get really disturbing, and that's when I feel that Octavia Spencer really comes off at her most terrifying and coldest, and you really can't go wrong. I mean, she's just a brilliant actress, regardless of how it is, however way you want to slice it. She is a very talented and remarkable actress that deserves all the praise in the world when it comes to her performances. And one of the reviews have her performance as receiving critical acclaim, because she does a great job. She really does. And when it comes to the overall film itself, it does, as I said, it does go into a more standard, predictable, formulaic film that essentially shows the antagonists as to why they are the way they are. But overall, it's still exciting. It's fun. Just because it's predictable doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. And it ends quick. It's more of a throwback to a lot of it, from my experience as far as watching horror films is concerned. It's more of a throwback to the horror films of, like, say, Friday the 13th, Misery, Halloween, Silence of the Lambs, where it's insane from beginning to end, and then before you know it, it ends abruptly, and that's it. That's essentially the story. I was hoping that at some point that maybe they would have left it open for the sequel, but they didn't. So again, that's not really a huge spoiler, because I don't really see where you could go with this film as far as the sequel is concerned. But overall, it was fun. I enjoyed it, and I do recommend it. I give it a 5 out of 5, 2 thumbs up. Let me know what you guys saw of the film. If you did watch it, I apologize for being late on it. I've been extremely busy with a lot of things that's been going on outside of these film reviews. But let me know what you thought about it. Let me know on my YouTube. Let me know on my Facebook. My next review is going to be the Elton John fantasy biopic, Rocket Man. And I'm debating on whether or not should I do a review on X-Men Dark Phoenix or The Secret Life of Pets 2 that's coming out this week. Most likely, I am leaning towards The Secret Life of Pets 2, because I am not in such a huge rush to watch X-Men Dark Phoenix. But either way, let me know what you guys thought of Ma, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Take care, and you will be hearing from me again soon. Peace.